I could have convinced me in 10 minutes. If the Lordship would permit me 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but I'll convince the Lordship that there's virtually not a tribal case at all. Yes.
It looks like that. He has to convince us now. The person who needs convincing is to.
But he will only get convinced with 3 crores or 5 crores per annum.
Come with a figure.
My client is very clever. As I said a couple of minutes ago, if it is a matter of 10, 20 lakhs, well, perhaps he can try to adjust, but not 3 crores, 5 crores.
Give him an offer, he cannot refuse.
37. The current is
37. It will take just some time. Just
become 34, I made maintenance money.
What is that?
This 37
Sindhi colony. It's Sindhi colony matter.
That will take.
Lordship may keep it after a week.
It may not take time. Time your office can
He will take some part of your time. He says that before he starts arguing.
Hey, you are the petitioner?
Yes.
The petitioner
To create a psychological
petitioner dismiss the
petitioner as that's right.
No, Lord, I don't think one of your lordships gets such impressions by surgery. Lordships may not, but we will have this trial. The only difficulty is, Lord, there is a state against auction. I'm saying they can participate.
I don't know to best.
They wanted 2,300.
They can't get auction.
They accepted, we'll finish it
No,
off.
no, certainly not. They are not here.
That's an offer you gave them last time.
Yes, they are
27?
Immediately, the Tuesday after the holy break.
That was sort of miscellaneous. I don't know what happened. 27 we are at.
Second 34 minutes. I mentioned this morning.
What was that?
There's some urgencies that actually there's a stay. We have the petitioner, it's operating.
What was the matter?
Matter Manoz, writ petition filed saying that my possession must be protected in a writ court. Writ court looks at the facts and says there are no documents of title, nothing. How can you claim any of this? Writ appeal, they go to the writ appellate court and say writ court could not have looked at all of that. They invited all these fine. No, we take only 10 minutes.
17 or 18 something to not communicate. We're not at the top of the list.
Because it take only 15 minutes, we'll take. That's all.
So the way your matter will have on the third of the
Ours about 18 or 19. Take to my lord's finger.
Oh, just wait. This may be over very soon. 46.
46. I'm going to write down for non-compliance of those who ordered. Because we are in 26.
There was one writ petition filed by me in one contempt
591, where I'm saying that those directions that we should at least have the pay scale to the date of the order.
No, right now we wanted to see the compliance.
Correct.
That order 5 compliance.
Correct.
states have to come forward and about this work. What steps have been taken after the last day?
Should I go?
Last time was
Now, what is this Union of India? So, Union of India. So, Nataraja, what's your stand?
Yeah, for a particular state and not for the Union. Ideally, specific.
Yes, what do you say? Because there is some affidavit filed by you also.
We have not filed the current affidavit fellowship.
No, but
Old affidavit fellowship.
old.
Yes, Maharaj.
The current compliance is done by whom?
States.
It's not actually, none of the states have fully complied. There may be some progress in some of the states. That's all I can say. That's what I could get.
The contempt is related to teachers working in UP. We are working at 15,000 rupees for the last 10 to 15 years. And the direction is very clear. We have to get the same pay scale. The pay scale which we have to get is 34,000 1 lakh something and odd rupees. I'll give that exact case here. Nothing has been done. The first order is dated October 21. The second order is dated July 2022. My contempt is pending from 2022 on. I can show those relevant pages. There is a clear direction. And we have been working from 2007 onwards, teaching these children with special needs. And we are just getting 15,000. It is a pity and so. And I can show those directions. The last order, the second order, your lordships have said, hold on.
Are working against non-sanctioned posts.
Correct. They have not sanctioned any special post. We are all contractors.
What do you call RCI trade?
RCI, yes.
Rehabilitation course will take
Taking the regulars in their being continued on contractual employment. Consider justice to solve the problem and put in the early system that should be set down. Sanction. That's not good. They have identified. They have identified all the states. All the states have identified the children for special needs. Roughly. So that is identified. Then you also identify the ratio has been fixed by this. Right?
There are 167,000 teachers are required proportionally. So now, whatever it is, state of speed. The state of last is
we asked him, and I don't if the find that we have all the capabilities are checks. If there is a scale, teachers. Children, as we have also identified roughly number of those posts. So, create a study. Also, there are techniques.
My lordship. My lordships, am I audible?
So, 1,000, you need 500 posts. Create a structure the state that will create 500 posts. Once you do that, immediately advertise those posts. And if you don't advertise it, then nothing but contempt will call you. So it will be
My lordships, am I audible?
Somebody tell it. So what we do is that this is how we want it. So
Now I'm told that the union has framed certain guidelines, some norms in terms of the previous direction. Now to identify the number of posts, I think we need to follow that also because it was an interim direction which has been issued by the Istanbul Court. Now they have issued one latest notification.
what's your issue?
My lordship, there are two ratios, 1:15 and 1:10, my lordship.
1:10 of what? Primary?
Yes, my lordship, for first to fifth standard and for 8th standard, it's 1:15.
And 1:15,
15, my lordship.
1:10 and 1:15.
Yes, my lordship.
Now, what is the ratio fixed by this court?
Because the ratio was given to the central government to fix. It is their domain. They have fixed it. It is undisputed. And whatever there is,
So that it's
not
That is one point. That has become part of the
Yes,
court
I
order.
represent state of Andhra. We have identified 15,000 teachers as excess.
says what?
They are normal teachers working, but because of closing down, students migrating to English medium.
Just see, you've got 82,000 such children also. So
Millets.
it's 82,000.
Yes, but only need is that millet, they have to be trained. We have already written to millets, this institution RCI, because they have already been trained teachers for decades. And millets, my lords have indicated that.
You don't have the training that RCI certificate, you don't have.
Yes, millets. We have said that millets, since my lords have said that when it comes to primary, it should be 1 year training, fresh teachers, whereas secondary, 2 years. If that can be scaled down based on expert consultation, because I've already had enough experience, straight away they could be teaching them.
We don't have expertise. Do that.
No, my last may we have already been to RCI. My last may ask RCI is central institution, which can prescribe the norms for this purpose.
Sales will not be because in so far as there's a dangerous thing.
Otherwise, that's what happens. The difficulty is that millets, we have already had enough. We need to recruit more, and it's a drain on the exchequer. We could not accommodate them anywhere, and they are available for teaching. So if they are given training, they are enough for us. Over and above. It's 3 times, 4 times our requirement.
How can you do that? You can't do that. You are asking somebody who is not in the trade to do that. This is a special kind of.
That's very trade which fixes the norm for these things, millets.
no. Manoj, this judgment itself says 2 paragraphs categorically that if teachers who are not trained under RCI qualified institutions,
That's all we
their
have. We
education,
need to train them.
starting education is.
Let's otherwise.
What he says is that there are excess teachers who are untrained.
15,000.
So accommodate them. Let us give training to those people. What is wrong with them?
Because they will have to go in for a 2-year, 3-year-old. course.
They are ready.
Immediately there is nothing happening.
We are ready to undertake. Once we are done with the solutions. Millets, they've got the qualification, everything except the training for special needed students. We have to do that. Let's visualize.
This is like saying, I've got BA, I've got MA, but I don't have MBBS.
Millets, they are teachers. They are teachers, millets. Same teachers need to have the training. If fresh teachers, millets, I have to go for recruitment, then I have to have that one. It will take that much time anyway, millets.
Show the kind of
female opportunity.
show the kind of regard you have for teaching.
What happens in
Your
the
entire focus is on giving job.
Millets.
You don't have a.
Millets, very simple. It's a reality we have to accept.
Huh?
For example, millets, in any other country, university means it's a place of research. In our country, university means where you get employed.
Where you know.
Any university millets cannot be any research what the name.
But this is all very.
employed.
This is all very. We are completely off the track here.
We were not.
We are completely off the track. I'm sorry to say.
We are complying with
just
the direction
but
to IT. All that we wanted is, well, let's 15,000 are there, 5 times more than the requirement. Please permit us to train them. We'll be taking care of the need.
But I will point it out. There
What will be done for 2 years?
Yeah, exactly 3 years.
3 years training is
Let's
required.
at least 50% of them in different cadres where they've been trained. And they could substitute only to the extent of 50% minutes we could not have.
We are
My last
not doing
mechanism.
not doing anything. So if you are not doing it, you are in contempt and we just take it out.
Lord, I have one point to make.
Last mechanism.
Just
Let
time.
me finish. Last we can appreciate millets. It was interim direction, though we were not parties. Whereas Uttar Pradesh and Punjab, they were parties. No, I'm not on the point. Comes to the crunch millets. My last week kindly appreciate the difficulty we face. And we are more than willing to comply with this one. Only this rider millets, we need to give the training.
So my friend has made his point, Lord. Now, so far as UP is concerned, Lord, we have been working from 2007. I have a specific contempt. Now, from 2007, we have been teaching these children. And now today, we are the specially trained teachers employed on contract basis for teaching these very children. And we have been teaching from 2005 onwards on 11-month contracts, renewed every 11 months. We are getting 15,000 rupees a month. So we are here saying, your Lordship also said in the second order, give them at least the minimum of the pay. And then your Lordship may make some provision for us now, a fresh process after almost from 2005 to 25 after 20 years. It just cannot be that we are told to go and compete with fresh people. It will be too much. And in any case, immediately there must be some amelioration. We are getting 15,000 rupees. My contempt is pending, Lord, specifically from 22. Your Lordship may kindly consider my contempt petition. That is 591 of 2022.
We are not considering any individual case.
Yes.
We are passing a general order.
Then your Lordship may take care of us also, that where people have been working for 10, 15, 20 years, there the state may consider what is
Subject to your qualification.
we are fully, yes.
Subject to your passing a screening test, they will come have a screening committee. Actually, even if technically on papers, you may be teaching, but just doing some takeaway somewhere else, you don't know.
Subject to qualification, your Lordship.
In our state millets, it's not best.
I'm not saying your state, this state, that is. They are showing the state of affairs.
It's so subject to qualifications, Lord. Screening again, makes us a little worried because then after 20 years,
When they are qualified fire, when it's
Fire is the RCI degree. Now it's the RCI
and
degree.
whether we are at and whether we are
Since you have been
The very same that you have apprehension means you
no, we have no such.
they are collateral
you are persons who are teaching disabled children.
Correct.
You totally have embellished your.
We are not correct.
If your problem
It's not the problem. I'm just pointing out.
But
Let me say one thing, requirement allows for this course.
Probably, what we are trying to find that those who have been employed, we don't know how you are employed. You have the stick and you have been studying, teaching also.
Yes.
Well, what is your problem in going for a screening?
All right.
Yes.
Yes. All right. We are.
What government has actually framed the rule is now cleared by the finance department, only requires clearing by the cabinet. Out of that, some of them have the RCI qualification, but we are reserving a portion for contractual workers. And there will be 5,000 persons required in the initial phase. There are only 1,000 in the West Bengal. So they will be protected if they qualify and then go through the recruitment procedure. There's a specific recruitment procedure that we have laid out.
Just the judgment says.
my last
He has to decide when he has to decide which side he wants.
That's fine. Because I was just pointing
But
out.
he was here. He had been called to it. He was really here. I think he was here.
We are saying nothing.
millets, one number request.
I just wanted to point out, what the judgment itself said.
But he was here.
One request millets.
What the judgment itself said.
My last point, permit us millets.
There are more than 66,000 melodies degree children, but they have only come up with the advertising for 800 post malod.
That purpose, my last point, each state millets. So you can have a speculative progress. My last may redress. Just one.
Only after passing of the order by malod.
May I, would you also just bear with me? because the judgment itself says that more persons who are RCI trained, etc., and are working should be rationalized. And after that, fresh posts vacancy should be taken up. Because I just show that below.
We are 2,200 working. They need 1,30,000 teachers. We are only 2,200 working.
There is a shortfall.
It's not as if we are in excess. And in 2011, we were 2,700. But because of this PTS, today we are reduced to 2,200.
Specific figure, Kerala says.
And they need, just one minute. They need
It was student centric, now it's become employee centric.
1,32,000
That's the problem.
are needed.
Are we going to say, no, give it to the students or the?
Oh, that's the issue. That's right.
That is the whole problem with our education system.
That's why we put in a
That is the whole problem with the governments.
Yes.
They don't have focus on the quality of education.
Correct. That's
They
right.
have focus on employment.
That's what we are.
Like you saying, Mr.
Yeah.
Naidu.
No, we
But as I've said, Millet's government is. Yes.
We're not
Yeah.
concerned with this.
Yes.
This is not only Kolkata.
No, my request is that each state may have its own peculiar problems. For our school.
No peculiar.
Second, at least many of
No,
us.
tell us about peculiar
There
problems.
can be a solution.
No peculiar here. Now what we are doing is,
Yes.
see, we don't want to pass an order just like that.
Yes.
But we'll pass an order tomorrow, day after, or one day. This week,
After 7 weeks.
No, we'll pass it day after tomorrow. Put up day after tomorrow as at 2 p.m. Now, meanwhile, you can just tell us what do you want, each one of you.
Yes.
Because with the petitioner side,
We can think about formulating an order.
I was able to, sorry. These are all these flow chart of every state's affidavit and compiled it in newspaper.
After our order.
No. Yes. After the Lordship of 22 order. Yes.
Last order.
Before that is order 24 also.
Millet's no copy must be on.
See our order. There is no compliance by any state. Our order is a 26th February. Have you seen that?
I've seen that last week order. But Lordship, this order, they have filed an affidavit to show that how much they have done it. I want to show and I want to highlight that order. This affidavit is like this one.
The direction contained in the judgment dated so not being compliant with.
Yes.
So none of the states have complied.
We had our lordship that partially they have complied. And your lordship recorded that.
I know. Nothing has
But we have, it is very sad state of affairs that the matter which were taken the priority basis, which has been ignored. Each of the states is giving one excuse after another before this court for non-compliance of the direction. So now we ask the minimum which ought to have been done by now is that post of special teachers have been sanctioned. Now this has not been done.
Yes.
I can ask the constitution each of the states, but have they done?
They have not done that from what rate, so also they have not done.
Karnataka has we have sanctioned 3,567 posts. You compare the last order, previous order. Of course, 1 year before itself, you have
How
sanctioned
many posts?
3,567.
And how many children do you have?
Because that is,
I have done that exercise.
Tell us,
what we have.
tell us the number.
I have states where we,
No, we have the number, there is no problem for number.
I have the data, my lords. That's why I was pointing out all these states affidavit consigned into tabular chart.
43,719 children. 90,719 children.
About 93,000.
Now, yes, towards
So 93,000, how many points?
43,000. 43,719.
No, 93,526.
So far, Karnataka is concerned, not to make it the figures numbers.
I think that should be revised. Revised data. Put the revised students. If that's the old data, Karnataka has the old students.
How many posts have you
From Karnataka, that's 3567 sanctioned posts.
You have sanctioned?
Yes, sir, sanctioned, yes.
And the day is 43,000 odd students, the children with special needs.
43,000, 93,000.
43,719 as per the affidavit filed for your options. Time to time. Therefore, I want to recall 43,719.
I know it.
was made.
So we have 12th March 2024 order. Very important order. 12th March 24 order. The short order, but this is that compliance scope order for this state. And I will demonstrate only two of these states. In order models. Now, Lordship, I think, what did you check this? Lordship, remember that 22nd July 2022 order, which say that they should be given the same pay scale at least, because they are contractual teachers working for 10 to 15 years. And as per the judgment of the Lordship in 2018, they are RCI trained teachers. So at least for the beginning, what I suggest is that at least till the time they fill up all the vacancies, some vacancy has to wait, and those contractor teachers who are working for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years down the line, at least they should be given the same pay scale the regular teachers ones. Just to support my friend, UP has filed an affidavit before your lordships, accepting that a total of 2321 special teachers are deployed who fulfill all qualification and eligibility. That compliance affidavit is before your lordship by the state of UP. And yet we are paid 15,000.
Just to add to that, Kerala says in the affidavit pursuant to this order, in Kerala, as of today, as per the ratio prescribed by a lordship and by the government, they say they need about 9,000 teachers, out of which 2782, all of us are working fully qualified but contractually employed for the last ranging from 25 to 15 years. Every single, so they say sanction post, there's a question asked in that, how many sanction posts? Kerala's response is, sanction post, since it requires financial implications, we are still considering the judgment dated 28/10/2021. That is on affidavit they have filed. They admit that all of us are qualified, but they say, as per the ratio, we need 9,000. There are 1,23,000 children, 1,23,000 children in Kerala, as per their affidavit, who are specially able. Now they say they need 9,000 teachers as per the ratio. And they say as per that 2,782 people fully qualified are working. But they say we cannot create sanction posts because of financial implication. On affidavit, I'm just paraphrasing the affidavit of Kerala. Nothing what I'm saying.
This for Kerala. Every financial reason, sir.
So the sanction post matters, it's still as a consideration of the group. And this is matters, and supposed to make
Sheet of financial
and this should matters.
Exactly.
financial, understood. The state, these are relevant considerations, right? But that may be delivering post sanction posts which are actually needed, maybe let us say 5,000. So we say we cannot have 5,000, better than 4,000. You can understand.
At least some have to be made, I understand, it should be made.
No, Lordship, just thinking
What I
You're given us a plan of action or something?
yes, that chart, my lords, another indicator. Yes. It's all statewide data, my lords, which are incorporated. I'll make a short note on that. I got it. What is the selection about the plan of action?
What is to be done?
Yes. Lordship will give the next date, I will bring that note.
Next day, instead of
But I can mention orally, my lord, if the Lordship will again see that 21st July 2022 order models. It says, it directed categorically that those contractual teachers who are RCA affiliated, because RCA is the only so
your focus seems to be on teacher. Yes. Have a focus on the quality of education that
yes,
if our children need to get. That's all. Forget that.
I'm not on that. The point is that those RCI teachers, my lord, who are those RCI teachers who are competent and who have been directed by the Supreme Court that they are the only right qualified teachers. Yes, they have to impart education. Yes, that we cannot do. That's a direction. So my suggestion is, my lords, those those contractual teachers who are RCI approved, they can still screen them, my lords. And those who are already working in respective state department, that should be also yes. So at least for a beginning, my lords, they should be at least given same pay scale, even for the graduation. That's a separate issue.
We have no doubt on that.
That's my government perspective.
No, they have to get that.
Yes. Right. No, even I'm not pitching higher for reparation and all that. That can be subject matter.
We are not beating.
At least so that hearts are not burned. At least they should be given the same pay scale. Because I've been given to understand that in at least the UP, the salary for a contractor is 50,000, 10,000, whereas regular pay is 50, 60,000 rupees for us. And they were working for 10 to 15 days. Not that they just joined and they asked me for 20 years. 20 years. So that's my long and short solution for the time being. Otherwise, it is affidavits to keep on flowing to the lordships that we are filling the ratio of 1:8, 1:10, 1:15. It's an ending process.
That's two little directions which can. You guys up to that. Ancillary is the corporate. Yeah. I will do it now. No direction. As he says, there will be they will not be able to sanction it immediately. So the question of place and that is the state of information. That is the use of the uses of convenience. So it is and So what your suggestion is that contract employees.
Yes, contract teachers were working. And what may also indicate RCF. That's the bottom line of this. Correct. Because that's a judgment of the lordship. Correct. RCF approved teacher. Correct. Not every teacher can be made special teacher. The direction is RCF approved.
RCA registered. That's it. Actually registration with the RCA. It's like the MCI registration.
And also, just to give one example, if you also see page 5 of that compilation which I just handed over, just to demonstrate one state only, since UP seems being the principal state in this matter. Kindly come to running page 5. And these are all from the affidavit that we filed. It's not correct. That affidavit is on record in the contempt. Now, kindly see page 5, CA number 10 first. And also, you may just observe number of CW person is staggering 3,01,780. And also, you may just see page 4 now. How many teachers they have? My lord, just yeah.
Yes, sir. So one is your, the contract teacher be given a regular pay scale.
Yes, correct.
The second is the sanction post.
Yes. And subsequent remunerations, in case of the screening, they are found to be suitable under RCA.
Only then.
Yes.
Only then given the regular pay scale. But what about that? This is not solve our problem.
But this will solve the problem. My friend says regular pay scale should be given. Regularization can be after screening.
And then we are saying nothing.
All good. Yes.
So after screening, you will be given.
Yes.
We have recruitment, some of them become thrown out. We can't be just screening.
Huh?
We have a recruitment rule.
Who is he? My friend is not for UP.
So, we have trained,
There is no B here, Lord.
we have in state of Bangladesh.
What is it, Mr.
Lord, we have framed the rules that it's been cleared by the finance department. We've allocated.
No, but what about those people who have been working on contract basis?
So they are getting a preference in that. 10% is reserved for them. They can come in through that also without the reservation. It only has to be cleared by the cabinet and be done very soon.
But this is West Bengal. He's talking about.
Yes, sir. You're not talking about UP.
Yes.
But they want to be regular. Regularization has to be subject.
Why? It's not some of our point.
He's talking about their misery. He's got all the problem. But let's say
I have one other issue, Lord, which I informed you also last time. Under the Section 7 of the RT Act, the state and the central government have to be equally financing this. We have written to the central government 4 years ago, last year also.
that on the last occasion you were not unable to tell us which provision it is based.
7 of the RT Act. Equally,
Read it out.
No. This is education. We have to provide money. Any government, first of all, GST is not given to us fully. On top of that, they have to fund 50%. They don't do it.
Yeah, I can't figure out.
Despite that, Lord, we have framed rules. We are going to put 5,000. Despite that, we are going to, we have financed to the standard of 30 crores.
Let us tell you one thing.
My Lord.
Not maybe going to get into all that.
No.
Because there is one fundamental rule we always follow. At least we are following. We can only solve a problem when we limit a problem only then.
I think not so. Therefore, rules are being framed. If they want to be regular, they're not concerned with West Bengal versus
No, that's true. Day after tomorrow will come with an order. What is required is the posts have to be sanctioned.
Yes.
Because you have identified the children.
Yes.
You have also identified posts. How much sanctioned?
We have sanctioned 5 from the ratio. Yeah.
Yes, you are Bengal, we are talking about Hindustan.
He wants a lordship to solve this problem with the center first. Awesome. That is not to happen here. That is not going to happen here.
We have no problem.
What we do is sanction posts, and then this is ancillary actually.
Yes.
That
Equal
part of it that
equal pay.
State's obligation is to recruit.
you are for which state?
And for that is there, but now I am not speaking for any particular state to go in the overall situation, what I know.
Take Chhattisgarh में ये भी तो हुआ.
Yes.
You are not so
I am opposing it because
Yes, not in respect of justice, so the overall situation, what I can suggest is subject to the consideration of this honorable court. Now the number of students have been identified, number one. Number two, the union has come out with some guidelines what would be the ratio. The third step would be every state should be called upon to frame appropriate rules and guidelines for the purpose of filling up or sanctioning of the post, number one. Number two, for filling up of those posts, or else later there will be multiple litigations in the future days. So for that, each state should be called upon to frame appropriate rules. When there are rules, now in accordance with the rules, by either by giving some preference or not giving preference, there is a particular time where they can quite a state.
They have a problem at hand. They identifies the problem. Why should we appoint a committee to Ayog this was an unending process, or should we take it somewhere for last 7 days? I will not never do that. We'll just finish it off.
Short election, Manoj.
Now what we need is they have to tomorrow you come. Now where is that central government? Our copy.
That is already recorded.
What's your registration on where you?
Yes, that's right.
Got it in the affidavit.
You have given 41, this is
Not significant in the last time that I made my school. give us a copy at our own expense. We can-
It's
It's not big.
Give a copy. Give a copy to Mr. Naidu, he supplied to everybody.
Yes, that is also all people will understand. And it-
The 21st July 22 order has the Indian,
The ratio is that last time.
Elections is what we for that order.
circular and says the highlighted portion of this government order will be part of the.
Government of India to all the state education secretaries.
Yeah, that is Union of India, na?
Union of India has written letters to all education secretaries, provided the norms as well as the ratio.
That's already there.
Only having it, not
You
having
have to
Only
have
having
your
a right.
order.
Yes. 21st July 22 is that.
Your lordship's order.
You don't get upset with everything we take from that.
Yes, sir.
Maybe one submission to the other end of the spectrum. I am from a state which is only 1,100 the other way. I have undertaken the exercise of
Which state is that state?
We have undertaken the exercise of filling of sanctions. We have sanctioned the posts, we have issued advertisements. The number of special educators available in the state is not needed. We have issued multiple cycles of advertisements. I am not asking for anything else, but if there, will my lords permit us to approach the union, either modify the definition of cluster, because Sikkim, as Lord is aware, is a hilly state. There may be schools that are several miles apart, which will be separated by.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Under those contract employees, you are continuing on.
So then it's very, no.
Now, so, you know, they want to go to Sikkim.
They want to go to Sikkim, they don't know. No. They want to be at their home and get the salary.
We are not getting the next of Sikkim.
So, if you want to hire seminar, you can pay it. You can call us.
There are only 773 schools where only 3,500 students have been identified. We have already created posts which is 308 in number, elementary as well as secondary. Because in fact, my prayer was in the affidavit which we made is, let us start with these 773 where the students have been identified. Now, all the rest of the schools, as of now, we are not identified which we will be taking it from first we initiate with this 773 schools, and then we will take it forward from there. That is my, and we were requesting for some more time for full implementation. Ultimately, we have to implement. There's no doubt at all about it. But at least for a starting period, we concentrate on the schools where the special needs students are there. Because there is no point in creating a post for a school where there is no special needs students. In fact, we have already created 805 posts for children. The number is around 3,572 children with special needs. So in fact, so these are, my humble prayer is that these are special circumstances which they have to at least consider before it passes.
Northeast is facing.
Also, it's outside Sikkim. We can also see Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland.
Yes.
I'm not really sure of Manipur. Maybe
Manipur, I represent Manipur. That is
maybe Manipur or different problem. Because we can say that no, because of the direct, and so we can reduce the ratio. Or we can say that we can say 1 to 20.
And that allows may not be correct because the Act only empowers the state, the RDE Act also empowers the Act.
We are saying only for those states.
Because it can't be done because it's not really functioning because as an expert body as a coach, it should not be saying. Because all I'm saying is there is another point let me just finish because there is a clause which says in the judgment says that they can work on an isolated basis. So it is very right that you don't have to have one in every school. What you will do is this, that there are 3-4 schools.
They're not sitting there.
No, that is not my idea. That is part of the judgment.
We are not saying we are not getting into that.
Judgment says that.
Don't get into that.
I just make one submission on behalf of Goa. Because we have 3,059 children with special needs. We've already appointed 384 teachers, special teachers, on a regular basis, educators and regular colleges. Now, over and above this, there are some educators who are working on contractual basis. But these contractual workers are for peculiar circumstances where the educator may go on a leave, etc. But otherwise, belongs 3,059 against 384. I believe we met the criteria which has been laid down.
There's one last question on my part. There's one last.
So for Goa is concerned, my chart says that Goa about 3059 are the students followed. They have appointed contractual teachers who comes to 393. So that's why my suggestion again comes that at least those contractors they have appointed, let them give a same pay scale. That will solve 90% of it.
No, my instructions are that they've been there.
Then I have
Again, you say, this pay scale is the least of our problems.
I'm saying that teachers' appointment is the main problem because of special educators need to impart special education to special children.
See,
That's the most problem.
all cannot be given that pay scale because they may be doing nothing.
So that's why I'm saying let them filter it out.
They may filter some
Of course, I'll say it myself, I will try to filter
May
it
I
out.
add one thing?
Say, can I say it again?
Let's only one sentence for Andhra Pradesh students.
That's what I'm saying. Don't repeat that.
No, I'm not repeating. Millets have already sanctioned 25, apart from the excess, etc., 25% post. And they were working under a special central government scheme where we get the aid and the condition they should not be permanent. And they've all gone before the Honorable High Court. States have been granted. So even to go ahead, Millet, these cross currents will be affecting us. If my lords give any direction, we are bound to comply with that one. Kindly observe, Millets, in the facts of this case alone, it should be, they should not take advantage and every temporary employee should be barging into.
You not understood what we are.
Yes, please.
समझ में नहीं आया. Come on here.
Mills, I'll tell you this. Mills, there are 25% those who have already identified, they've been sanctioned. They are working, but under a different central government.
5%.
25% of the scheme, number of posts we have identified, 860 posts.
All right. Suppose there are 100 posts, you have identified
25. 25 already there. But already there, they are trained teachers. But the thing is, they are working under a central government scheme where we get the aid. The condition of the aid is they should not be permanent. And now, Millet, that issue has landed up in the Honorable High Court of Andhra Pradesh. Things are there, states are there, and other things. Now, Millet, my humble submission is this, Millet. My lords give a direction. It should be confined to, if possible, Millet, to the issue on hand. Instead of giving a leeway for them that everybody temporary, they should be taking advantage. This is the apprehension.
Pass nothing on regular basis.
Yes, Millet.
We are not passing any.
That's when the collateral issues are dropping in. That's the apprehension.
Mr. Daidu, even if these temporary people were not continued, you had an obligation to have this 860 posts.
Indeed, Millet.
So only because you say that central aid is there, you have appointed them temporarily.
No, Millet, because when it comes to recruitment, certain qualifications, other things have to be taken into account. That's from Millet, that's a different issue. Whatever my lords indicate when it comes to this recruitment, my lords may consider the excess teachers and training. If it's not there, we'll comply. But that may be confined to everybody.
Only one thing is, when your lordship is just making a note, kindly make note of para 4 of the order dated 21st July 2022. Para 4 of 21st July 22, there is a clear mandate on the basis of the recommendation of the central government that the pay and service conditions should be adhered to for special education teacher as done for general teacher at national and state level. So the pay has to be the same. I'm only saying, Lord, we have been working, whether your lordship, if the state has to screen, but we must get a proper pay scale. But otherwise, we are teaching the children with special.
After you cross that screen test, right now you have done a backdoor entry.
No, I know there's no state has filed an affidavit saying that we are fully trained and we are competent and we are working.
Pass jobs.
That's all. We are not
Suggesting we are ready to take that.
meaning your.
That is really what's the problem.
There is no imperative. There is no imperative.
As a screening or recruitment, whatever, some threshold, screening or whatever. Yes, that has to be there.
We need the special sympathy of the third empire.
Because you are built on two, you want the third one. So, yeah. Post never sanctioned by the state altogether.
They asked for orders.
Let us not pass an order in a hurry. We could have done.
Yes.
Great concern with you.
All.
Great.
Because after that comes.
Then contempt should follow.
Then there is.
Sorry, and obviously state of Chhattisgarh is already in contempt, my lord. The state of Chhattisgarh is already in contempt, my lord, because they have not issued the proportionate, my lord, advertisements. As of September 24,
In short window of compliance. Compliance 4 years they will get about it. So that's very important. Close to the heart.
Just one more thing, my lord. Para 16 of that main judgment house for RCM.
The sanction post that is for the first phase.
September 24, my lord.
Follow up to the second phase as well, your lordships.
The state of Chhattisgarh is already in contempt.
Lordship, just to note one more thing, para 16 of the reported judgment
The state of Chhattisgarh.
talks about RCI with the authority of that para is with that direction.
And that is the order of 7th of July.
No,
When you were saying, who was saying 7th of
They
July?
have issued the advertisement on my
Arey, wo nahi. 7th of July, the pay scale will be the same. You will.
July 2022.
Paragraph 4.
21st July 2022, para 4, read with the last paragraph.
Tell us,
Very good.
item